Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Maya with Simply Bloom. I was not going to do a video today, but then I looked out my window and saw this hydrangea standard behind me leaning really bad. She's always been at a slight tilt, but she's really bad. So thought I would bring you with me as I stake her up. Typically, you can buy like all these fancy tree staking systems. I have like 10 of them in my garage. Honestly, it's always easier to just grab like a ratchet strap and a T-post. Unfortunately, I couldn't find my ratchet strap, so I found like the strap part, but not the actual ratchet part. So we're just gonna go in with some rope, try that out, and then this is gonna be a little difficult. Let me show you. I do have a T-post, however, the angle that she's leaning is away from the 9 bark. Makes sense. What's going on here? Why are we dying? I don't know. You see all those crispy leaves? I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyways, I was thinking, because I'm worried about sinking a T-post down in there and hitting roots and just causing issues. The base of that 9 bark is pretty sturdy. Maybe I can get the rope around the base and then rope it around the tree guard of the hydrangea tree and just tie it together. We're gonna try that. Just because, like I mentioned, the angle where she's leaning, I don't know if you can see that, I'd have to sink a T-post like right there, right where the 9 bark is. And I just see issues starting. So let me see if I can get in there and tie her up. According to the guy at L&M Fleet, if you have any stuff outside, you want to get this rope. Like the creamy, not the white rope, like the creamy cotton poly sash cord, the braided. Because he said this will work a lot better and holds up to weather. I don't know how much I need. I am pretty sure you can't see anything right now, and I apologize for that. I can get into the 9 bark. Okay, that is not perfect. Is slightly leaning still, but I feel like that's the best I can do without a ratchet. And we need to figure out something with this 9 bark, because obviously they are way too close to each other. Anyways, that looks better. And I was worried about it being so windy. You can see how windy it is. I was worried that it would just snap. So at least it's somewhat supported. And that looks a lot better. All right, so since you are currently coming along with me for the day, let's go pick some apples. I just have to grab some buckets quickly. Hi, honey. Zestar, my all-time favorite apple. There's a lot on the ground. I'm mainly picking for the farmer's market right now. I have like a steamer, a steam juicer, so my plan is to go around, get all the ones off the ground, juice those, because that will be good. I can't top it. Cannot beat it. And when it's cold like this, cold and crisp. All right, I'm trying to think of what varieties to get. We have quite a few ripe. but I'm not at the farmer's market real long because I have all my kids, so I only show up for a couple hours, so I don't want to be hauling buckets back. Everyone and their mother has Zestar at the farmer's market right now, but I'm thinking maybe some Hazen, Kinder Crisp. State Fair is ready too. All right, let's go. This is our Hazen. My battery just died on my microphone. I'll grab another one in a second. Deep red, almost like a plum. And then the flesh turns pink. My brother loves these, but not my favorite. A little bit more mild. So great for people that don't like the Zestar because the Zestar is kicking. My daughter doesn't like it because it's too kicking. So yeah, I might bring some of these. Plus they're kind of cool when it turns pink like that.
Mom, can I say hi to them? Hi.
All right, it is actually a different day and there is a frost advisory. So I am going to go pick all of my produce that I have on the back deck. I have a container garden, patio garden on the back deck. Tomatoes, cucumbers, there is some peppers. I have a couple jalapenos and beans. So and unfortunately it's raining. It's like a cold drizzle, but I'm just going to try to hustle and get everything that's ripe harvested. I'm trying to decide if I want to pick some green tomatoes as well because they will ripen in a sunny window. We'll see what I do. Let's get started. Okay, you guys, I got most of the stuff harvested and then I also wrapped up the tomatoes. What I did is I pushed all 3 rows together So they were close enough to just kind of stretch the frost cloth, and then Shadow. I haven't seen him in ages. And then I just loosely tied the same string that I used to tie up the hydrangea standard. I just kind of tied that on to hopefully keep this from blowing off, because it's quite breezy and I would hate for it to blow off in the middle of the night and freeze everything. This is everything that I harvested. I picked a couple tomatoes that were not quite ripe but turning, and then I left mostly all the green ones. This one had already fallen off. But we have Steakhouse, Super Sauce right there. Like these are just massive Roma tomatoes. And then Brandywine. That's a ripe Brandywine. I love Brandywine. They're my favorite. And then I have San Maranzo, a mix of different grapes and cherries, one jalapeno pepper. We have a bunch of cucumbers, and I'm not sure what is going on with some of my cucumbers. So we have the Merlins, which this is a little bit bigger than what I typically like. And then we have Sweet Success, which I'll show you a picture of what they're supposed to look like. And mine have been deformed all summer. Like they're supposed to be nice, uniform, narrow. This is what I've been getting. So I don't know if you guys know if it's missing some sort of nutrients. I don't know. And then we just have some pickling cucumbers as well. And then on the bottom, we have some green beans. I only covered the tomatoes. I didn't cover the green beans or the cucumbers. If they go, they go, you know. Bummer, but oh well. I did get a batch of green beans canned as well, and I have some green beans left over from last year that I'm still using up as well, so it won't be the end of the world. I just mainly wanted to protect the tomatoes. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.